It is just past midnight. The air is heavy. Salt from the ocean clings to the wind. A single lantern flickers at the edge of a wooden dock, its light trembling as waves slap quietly against the hulls of ships, preparing to leave before dawn. A woman stands barefoot on the planks. She is not running from danger. She is not screaming. She is silent. Behind her, an entire world waits. Family, tradition, certainty. Ahead of her, only darkness, water, and a choice that will erase her forever. By sunrise, she will be gone. Not murdered, not kidnapped, but erased by love. And what happened next would divide families, cultures, and generations, leaving behind one question that still lingers today. Was this love worth the cost? Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. This is not just a love story. It is a story of rules written long before anyone involved was born. A story of loyalty demanded and freedom forbidden. At the center are two people from worlds never meant to touch. A woman raised to obey. A man bound by duty. Their connection was brief. Their consequences were permanent. Some would later call her brave. Others would call her selfish. Many would call her lost. But to understand what really happened, we have to go back. Back to a place where love was never just personal. In the late 19th century, life was governed by lines you did not cross. Lines of culture, lines of blood, lines of expectation. Your family decided your future. Your community enforced it. And love, real love, was often considered a dangerous indulgence. Marriage was not about happiness. It was about survival. And for women especially, choice was a luxury few could afford. She grew up knowing exactly what was expected of her, not because she was told once, but because she was reminded every single day. She learned early how to read a room, how to speak softly, how to hide thoughts that didn't belong. From the outside, her life appeared orderly, predictable, even safe. But inside, something restless had always lived. A quiet hunger, a longing she never put into words. She did not dream of rebellion. She dreamed of meaning. And she had no idea how close she was to losing everything she had ever known. He arrived without ceremony. No grand announcement, no warning, just another ship, another crew, another passing presence in a port that had seen thousands before him. But unlike most, he stayed longer than expected. He carried himself with confidence, but not arrogance, with kindness, but restraint. He was a man raised with obligations stitched into his identity, a man who understood rules, because he lived under them too. And when their eyes met for the first time, nothing happened. No thunder, no declaration. Just a moment that lingered longer than it should have. They spoke only when circumstances allowed. A few words, a shared glance, a silence that said more than conversation ever could. They were careful, but care is not the same as control. Each meeting made the next one harder to avoid. Each goodbye felt heavier than the last, and slowly, something dangerous took root. Not desire, hope. People began to notice. Questions were asked, warnings were issued. She was reminded of her place. He was reminded of his obligations. And then came the announcement. Her marriage had been arranged, a respectable match, a secure future, everything she was supposed to want. Everything she could no longer accept. If this story is making sense so far, drop a comment below and tell us where you're watching from. Let's see who's still here. Time began to move differently. Days passed too quickly. Nights stretched endlessly. Preparations filled the house. Fabric, ceremony, obligation. But beneath the surface, panic grew. They met when they could. spoke when it was safe, and every meeting carried the same unspoken question. What now? The beach was quiet. The moon hung low over the water, painting silver paths across the waves. It was there, he finally said, the words neither of them had dared to speak. He would leave. Tonight. And if she chose, she could come with him. No promises, no certainty, only motion. She did not answer immediately, because choosing him meant losing everyone else. By morning, she was gone, her room untouched, her wedding dress folded neatly. Confusion turned to panic. Panic turned to anger. Accusation spread quickly. Had she been taken? Had she fled? Had she shamed them all? No one knew, and the silence was unbearable. Stories multiplied. Some said she was deceived. Others said she had planned everything. Families fractured, reputations burned, and the man, he vanished as well. Together, or not at all. Years later, fragments of truth emerged. A shipping record, a letter never sent, a witness who finally spoke. She had chosen. Freely, deliberately. But freedom came at a cost. Life, beyond the rules, was not gentle. Storms battered them. Fear tested them. Love was no longer poetic. It was practical. They learned quickly that escape does not end struggle. It only changes its shape. Time softened what memory could not erase. Children were born. A life was built. Not perfect, but chosen. And far away, those left behind never truly stopped wondering. That dock still exists. The water still moves the same way. And somewhere between tradition and freedom, her choice remained suspended. Was it selfish? Or was it brave? Perhaps it was both. Would you have stayed, or would you have sailed away? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And if this story moved you, subscribe for more real stories history tried to silence, because the next one changes everything.